All right, so I'm on Joe Biden's Twitter page, and I'm only on here so because I want to go through live and figure out and just really look at what exactly he's promising people, upon if he was to become president. Because I did this about an hour ago, and the first thing I came across that jumped out at me was him saying how child care, all Americans are deserving of child care, and I just want to go over as many tweets as possible, however long I'm going to be up here. So, all right, let's go through this. There's no quitting America, and you deserve a president who won't quit on you. President Trump ordered his administration to slow down the coronavirus testing. He tried to block CDC funding and has ignored the experts from day one. His actions defy both logic and humanity. What kind of president actively undercuts efforts that will save lives? How do you know that will save lives? It's a 99% success rate. If you simply, NBA players, which probably, maybe is a bad example, I don't know. NBA players have simply gotten over it by staying home in the house, which you all say you want to do anyway, except when you want to go outside with masks. That to me is misleading people based on, what the evidence that you have. I don't like it. Now this is the one I saw. Every American fully deserves access to affordable, high quality child care. Okay. Low and middle income families spend on average 10 to 35% of their income on child care. Children under 5. Under Biden's plan, they will not spend more than 7% on child care. Now let's see if he has an actual plan in this video, which he doesn't. He doesn't have one. But here's my thing. Why do you deserve this? Why do you deserve this? Simply because you're American? So we can tell people you deserve something that can be provided by something else, but we won't tell Americans that they deserve the right to protect themselves with the arms they deem necessary. They don't deserve that though. But they do deserve for other people to pay for their kids to be watched by other people. Got it. Sunday marks 100 days to Election Day. Here out the final stretch. Who cares? The president has a duty to care for us all. To see people where they are and to understand what they're going through. I've been a single parent. Even though I had a lot more support than a lot of folks going through tough times, I know how hard it is. Really? Hold on. You had a lot more. You mean you had a lot more money? How the hell can you try to pretend to relate to the situation? How? All right, come on. Let's play this video.
My heart is breaking because as we're sitting out in the waiting room, he says, "Mom, where's my teachers? Yeah. I want to go see my teachers." Yeah. I realized that just like work for adults is like our home away from home, education, early education, this is their home away from home.
I was a single dad for 5 years.
Okay.
It's hard.
It is.
No matter how you cut it.
Right.
No matter how you cut it.
That's it. I was a single dad for 5 years.
For adults is like our home away from home.
Literally, that's it. You gotta just say it's hard. So tell people something they agree with. All good, right? You undoubtedly are gonna make her being a single mom easier on her. Why is that our job? Why is that our job? To make people who have kids to make their lives easier. Why is that our job? You know how they can make their life easier? Don't have the fucking kids. Does that not make your life easier? How much harder would my life be with that kid that girl aborted? How much harder would my life be? Right, just don't have the kid. Don't do it. Don't have it and then tell me that, oh, you should be willing to pay into taxes that make it easier. Why should I do that? Why? Can you pay into taxes that buy me a hooker? Let's see, all the single parents. Great childcare, Joe. She really seems comfortable. Okay, that's a joke. U.S. citizens want to see the orange man in a matching orange suit. No Nixon-like pardons. Even enough crime in the executive office. It's time to stop it for good. What are you talking about? How does that relate to what he just said? I'm not reading any more of this thread. This is the United States of America. We don't settle. We expire. Let's go to work. We don't settle. We don't settle. Meanwhile, you want to have funding for people to settle for healthcare, settle for childcare, settle for a shotgun, but we want to aspire, bro. Literally back to back, literally within 2 hours of each other. Seriously, nobody puts this shit together, really. The hard truth is that we can't just build back to the way things were before these crises. We have to build back better. President Barack and I discuss how we can do that and much more. Let's listen. Oh God, my fucking internet. I'm having an outage here. So unfortunately we can't listen to that because of the outage I'm experiencing. It's Comcast's fault, not mine. Our nation is at a crossroads. We can choose 4 more years of Donald Trump's divisive politics and failed leadership, or we can forge a new path forward. Dude, for as long as you're against guns, I will never in my fucking life vote for you. Ever. 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 Home care workers and child care workers, who are more often women of color and immigrants, have been underpaid, unseen, and undervalued for far too long. That will change with my administration. Oh, you know what? I gotta turn my. I gotta go to this link. How the hell do you prepare to change that, Biden? How? Please don't tell me with taxes. Please don't. Please don't. The Biden plan for mobilizing American talent and hard to create a 21st century caregiving education workforce. Joe Biden has taken care of aging parents, and he's been a single parent. Biden knows how hard it is to raise a family and to care for a sick family member. And he knows how hard it is for millions of Americans who are just trying to make ends meet. The pandemic has laid bare just how hard it is for people in this country to find access to quality caregiving they need for themselves, or to juggle the responsibility of working and also caring for family members. People in nursing homes have been hit especially hard by the coronavirus, shining a bright light on the fact that many would prefer to be in a home or community-based setting. And many parents are struggling to find care while they go to their essential jobs, or find themselves as 24/7 trying to keep their children safe and learning while working remotely. Other parents are caring for their kids while worrying about how they will make ends meet after having hours cut and losing their jobs. And at the same time, professional caregivers have either lost their jobs or continue to work while putting their lives at risk without sufficient pay and benefits. President Trump's failure to take action or control the coronavirus has worsened all of these challenges facing families across the country. Look, I've said in my podcast, another one dropping tomorrow, make sure you go listen to it. But this whole compassion thing that we're trying to build into America, stop. Please stop. Please stop. Because you're lying to people. You're not You're not really compassionate about it. You're not. And two, you cannot legislate compassion. You can't do it. You can't fucking do it. You can't. Sorry. I know you want to, but you cannot. You cannot legislate compassion nor sympathy. You can't. How the hell do you make a law to be compassionate to people? How? How? I'm supposed to care about your life decisions. Even before the pandemic, our society was experiencing a caregiving crisis. Some care needs were going untended. Others' care were filled by Americans serving as unpaid caregivers, lacking the financial support or respite care they needed, and sometimes putting their careers on hold. Often, families made caregiving decisions that came with great financial, professional, physical, and emotional cost. Caregivers and elderly and early childhood educators, disproportionately women of color, have been underpaid, unseen, and undervalued for far too long. If you don't realize by now, ladies, colored ladies, he's riding really hard on emotion. Really hard on emotion. And not really telling you shit. Just food for thought, you know. If you are okay with being, just used or manipulated, fine. But that's exactly what's going on here. There's no evidence that he's actually going. Not so far. Maybe somewhere at the bottom he'll tell you how. But right now it's just, you're being so unfairly treated and undervalued. I'm going to value you for sure. Your situation in life has to be extremely low to listen to that shit. Biden believes that if we truly want to reward work in this country, we have to ease the financial burden of care that families are carrying. And we have to elevate the compensation, benefits, training, and education opportunities for certification and dignity of caregiving workers and educators. So in order to reward work in this country, we have to make it easier for people to live life, everyday life. What? I'm sorry, but why is... Jeez. Oh, how many of you all want to make incels' life easier? Come on, have some compassion. How many of you all want to make their lives easier? Seriously. Anybody? Anybody? Biden's economic recovery plan won't just build back our economy to the way it was before, but build it back better, including by building a robust 21st century caregiving and educational workforce. That surely sounds like taxes. It absolutely sounds like taxes to me. As a first step, Biden will immediately provide states, tribal, and local governments with the fiscal relief they need to keep workers employed and keep vital public services running, including direct care and child care services. So you'll get shit just because you decided to have a family. You get stipends just because of that. What do I get? What do I get? As someone who doesn't have kids, what do I get? Why would I vote for you? You're not for my Second Amendment. You're not giving me shit because I don't have kids. Why would I vote for you, Biden? Why? Why wouldn't I just keep voting for the orange man? Why? Once we are able to move from relief to recovery, Biden will make substantial investments in the infrastructure of care in our country. To make child care more affordable and accessible for working families, to make it easier for aging relatives and loved ones with disabilities to have quality, affordable home and community-based care. And he is proposing to give caregiving workers and early childhood educators a raise and stronger benefits, treating them as the professionals they are. Oh, so none of this shit is none of this taking care of old people or babies is responsible. The families aren't responsible themselves. It's for everybody else to chip in. It's for everyone else to chip in, right? Right? And here's, if one of the parents or both of the parents of the kid that is being have a caregiver of someone else, let's say a single mom whose dad is in prison or maybe even dead, or the other way around, or the grandparents have the child and the other parents are off doing whatever the hell they're doing, do they get the stipend as well? So I pay for this? I pay for that? Really? Really? I get to pay for this BS. You telling me that? Or do I get to vote that off the eligibility bill? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Y'all just really just only think about, oh, there are people who I don't know, like a meteor hit Earth and then it flipped their lives upside down. Come on, man. Jeez. And first of all, let's think about this. Let's think about this. How it says, so he's going to be providing this, right? Through the government, right? How much? Tell me a government service that just is awesome. I'll wait. Tell me one. When you go down to the Secretary of State, how splendid is that experience? Tell me, how awesome is it up there? Great. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Pretty shitty. Tell me anywhere else you go. That's just the government and it's just awesome. Tell me. There is no incentives for them to be a good functioning thing. There is no incentive. It's there, you take it or leave it. But a childcare place that actually is private, how you got the shitty ones, have the awesome ones. Whatever you can pay for, right? But he's selling you, oh, you can have the awesome one for very free. Fuck out of here, man. How? These steps will mean families will be able to afford better, more productive care and early education for their loved ones. They will also have a significant jobs impact. This plan, combined with Biden's proposal to provide families with up to 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave, will put 3 million Americans to work in new care and educational jobs, and increase overall employment by about 5 million after taking into account the economic impact of increased labor force participation after unpaid caregivers. Disproportionately, women are freed up to pursue paid careers if they so choose. He is really leaning on the woman. I really care about you. I really do. Vote for me. 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave. Now, is that just in the government jobs, or is he really telling employers that they have to provide 12 weeks? There's only 52 of them. You want to, that's damn near a fourth of the weeks we have. So every fourth week, on average, obviously you wouldn't do it like that, but every fourth week, your employer would have to depend on you not being there. Not because they value enough to give you 12 weeks, but they have to put up with it. This shit is fucking stupid, dude. Y'all gotta really stop taking this bullshit compassion argument that people give you. It doesn't even have to make sense. It doesn't even have to make sense. Again, what position are you in to where even if it doesn't make sense, somebody's telling you something that sounds too good to be true, and you're just like, I'll take it. Your adult ass doesn't know that there's something behind that that's not right. Biden will expand access to a broad array of long-term services and supports in local settings, including through closing the gaps in Medicaid for home and community-based services, and establishing a state innovation fund for creative, cost-effective direct care services. Ensure access to high-quality, affordable child care and offer universal preschool to 3 and 4-year-olds through greater investment, expanded tax credits, and sliding scale subsidies. So I have to pay for preschool now? Build safe, energy efficient, developmentally appropriate childcare facilities, including in workplaces, so that parents and guardians never again have to search in vain for a suitable childcare option. Treat caregivers and elderly childhood educators with respect and dignity, and give them the pay and benefits they deserve, training and career ladders to higher paying jobs, the choice to join a union and bargain collectively, and other fundamental work-related rights and protections. Yo, if they ever make fucking, here's the thing with me. If they ever make healthcare universal, I am going to the doctor every day after work, every fucking day. If they pay off the student loan debt, I am going to take out a massive student loan and try my best never to pay that shit. Because this idea that we should just be redistributing and subsidizing everything, and your problem is my problem, until my problem you feel is irrelevant to become your problem, is really, really rubbing me the wrong way. It's making me give less and less and less fucks about people. And I'm pretty sure that's affecting a lot more than just me. This forced compassion thing you're doing, I think you're going to make people go the complete opposite way. You can't force people to care. They're just going to become more agitated, and problems are going to get worse. At least that's my guess. The plan will cost $775 billion over 10 years, and will be paid for by rolling back unproductive and unequal tax breaks for real estate investors with incomes over $400,000, and taking steps into increased tax compliance for high-income earners. The one time I'm glad I'm not a high-income earner. All right. They're going to be pissed. This plan builds on Biden's proposal to support informal caregivers, family members, or loved ones who do this work unpaid, including a $5,000 tax credit for informal caregivers, Social Security credits for people who care for their loved ones, and professional and peer support for caregivers of wounded, injured, or ill active service members and veterans. Oh, here's my thing with the veterans thing. I kind of think it should be worked in your deal. I'm not understanding why, or if maybe I'm misinformed, but I think it should kind of be worked in your deal that if you undergo a disability, work related, with your position within the military or whatever, I don't understand why that's not already a thing. I don't even get why this is needed for a veteran. But all this other shit, why do we have to pay you to take care of your mama? Your mother didn't take care of things, or your daddy didn't take care of things while they were healthy enough to put money away. They didn't. So all of you people who really don't think the nuclear family is needed, wouldn't the nuclear family have a better possible way of building some sort of wealth that can go from one generation to the next, so you don't need us to pay for this, you to take care of your parents? You don't think it's important now? But no, people keep doing this shit. But oh, by the way, we're going to pay them to take care of their mom or their dad. Everybody, if you take advantage of this shit, I hope a meteor shower hits your neighborhood. Expand access to dignified care for older Americans and those with disabilities. Look, I'm not trying to be the biggest asshole, but can we just strip this down and start over? Like all of it? Like all of it? Like all the subsidies and all, can we please just strip it down and start all the way over? Because this shit is overkill. This is over fucking kill. 450 billion? Almost 1 million people on a wait list for Medicaid. Just how far are we going with this shit, dude? How far? Jesus fucking Christ.
Grows. Each day, in some states, more people test positive than the day before. And each day, too many American workers are still out of work and losing hope. It's been reported by the president's staff that the president is, quote, not really working this anymore. He doesn't want to be distracted by it. Doesn't want to be distracted by it. His own staff admits that Donald Trump fails the most important test of being an American president, the duty to care for you.
Is that what's in the presidency's job description? I'm not being a smartass. I'm really asking. What exactly? Maybe I should look it up after this. What exactly is the president's job? Because I honestly don't know. You can call me dumb, but I honestly don't know.
For all of us. You know, it's also been reported that he'll block any funding for more testing and tracing in the next COVID relief bill, which is being
Okay, all right. Let's move on from that. We need a president who listens to someone other than himself. America surpasses 4 million COVID-19 cases, the most in the world. The country added 1 million known cases in 15 days. And he says this was preventable. How? Tell us how. Here's my thing again with this COVID thing. I prefer you were to do one of two things, because to me that was only two ways to go about it. Either A, you do nothing and let the people who die, all right? Because it's something that you're going to let them die, or B, you go into a total lockdown, meaning like an actual lockdown, not this kind of somewhat sort of a lockdown, but when people play this game with death, the dying number, this is what always get people making wrong decisions in this case. You're not going to prevent all the deaths, not even close. So you're going to have to pick one way that people will die. You need to pick one. Either you do nothing and let whoever die, or you go into a total lockdown, meaning nobody can come outside except the people who will shoot you if you do. You got to pick one of the death tolls. This is what's keeping it on going and stretching it. Oh, you can go outside and mingle with other people. Just like try to stay 6 feet apart. Because even though like kind of sort of we're still trying to figure out how it's spread, and you just wear a mask. How about you just go through a total lockdown for 2 weeks minimum, and then we'll go from there. But again, this straddling the fence You're never stop. Of course, testing is going to go up and go down. That's how everything works on a day-to-day basis. You ever weighed yourselves back-to-back days? Hell, go weigh yourself at noon and then weigh yourself again at 8 p.m. This is always how number goes. What is wrong with you? Everything happens like this. But moving on. Out of every trial and tribulation, we've always emerged stronger as a nation. And we will again. If we come together, there is not a single thing we cannot accomplish. Oh, all right. COVID-19 infections are going up. The number of deaths is going up. The morning it was announced that, once again, the number of employment claims is going up. Well, I mean, I will claim it too, if you give me an extra $600 a week. Donald Trump is moving us backwards. The American people are paying the price. Says the guy who want Americans to pay the price for other people to take care of their fucking family. What do you... The audacity people have. Really? Care jobs are ready to be filled right now, allowing millions of people, primarily women, to get back to work immediately. It's the right thing to do for our families and our essential workers. And it's a smart thing to do for our economy. Okay. Get back to work. Okay. Do it. Alright, I'm turning this internet off. I'm going to scroll down as much as I... Hold on, his plan. What? What did he say? My plan to create a 21st century care and early childhood education workforce will put 3 Americans to work. I already read that one. My bad. I already read that one. Let's get one more good one. Nope. I'm trying to find a really good one to go out on. A really good one. President Obama and I left a playbook for President Trump on how to fight pandemics. He flat out ignored it, and we're all paying the price. That wasn't a good one. Jeez, you act this dude a lot, don't you? I want every single American to know, if you're sick, struggling, or worried about how you're going to get through the day, I will not abandon you. We are all in this together. And together we'll emerge stronger than before. Okay, so yet again, like everybody else, he keeps lobbying for I will help the struggling person. I will help the struggling person. Again, selling compassion to people. But yet, in order to sell compassion to that guy, you're going to turn to this guy and say, fuck you, I'm taking what you have and I'm giving it to other people. I'm not sure how you call that a compassionate person. How do you do that? This is why I don't listen to people like this. I don't take their word just because they're telling you some nice shit. They obviously don't care about. They don't care. They're telling you they care for you because they probably see more of a value in your vote. But they don't care about you. That's not a compassionate person. That's a person who's deliberately, misguiding someone, using their struggle against them. If you want to feed into that, fine. But please stop pretending like he's speaking some gospel on how to do the right thing. He's not, dude. He's absolutely not. Anyway, I'm not going to keep going through any of this. So, who you voting for? Who are you likely voting for? I'm Trump all day, every day. Be right, not positive. I'm out.